Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Coming up, we'll see the 15-year veteran Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers as they take on the third-year man Mitchell Trubisky and the NFC North champion Chicago Bears. With that, let's get out to venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Standing by with the call, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Just off Lakeshore Drive, nestled next to Lake Michigan. That's where you find historic Soldier Field in the great city of Chicago, Illinois. This was the scene a moment ago as the Bears emerged from their tunnel. Ready for football are they, and ready for football are we, as the Bears get set to match up with Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. From up top, Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you. And Charles, an NFC North matchup here, the so-called black and blue division.
Atta baby, show that age.
It's going to be a battle in 2019 as well. Who do you like out of this division?
Well, Chicago is a defending champion, and they play defense as well as anyone in the league, so you have to like their chances to repeat. Minnesota thought they were going to run the division, had a rough year. That's not normal Vikings football. They'll get back into the fray. Green Bay had such an underwhelming season last year. They changed coaches, but they still have number 12 throwing the football. And Detroit, they're on a crusade to eliminate bad football and get back to being the Lions that roar.
It's a rivalry that dates back to 1921. The Packers and Bears are underway from Chicago. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Out comes Aaron Rodgers and his Green Bay Packers offense. And for Rodgers and company, a new head coach in town this season. Of course, under the previous administration, at least toward the end of that era, there were some questions about how they got along. Is this a good, fresh start for Aaron Rodgers?
I think that it is. And Matt LaFleur, as the new head coach, what a great opportunity to take over a team with a franchise quarterback. So watching them learn to coexist, watching them learn to meld, especially in the mind, that's going to be a lot of fun, I think, for Packer fans. And I think it also gives Aaron Rodgers a little bit of rejuvenation. You know, you're hearing a different voice. You're doing things a little bit differently. He seems very optimistic about this season. This could be fun to see.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 13 yards on the game's opening play. They'll go with their leading rusher from a season ago. This is Aaron Jones. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Check 31, check 31.
And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down. So hang on, a big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Tariq Cohen is deep for the Bears. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. So here come the Bears under second-year coach Matt Nagy. They'll be led out by their 6'2" QB out of North Carolina, former number 2 overall pick. It's Mitchell Trubisky. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at the 20.
Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right.
Play action. Now Trubisky. Hits his target. It's Taylor Gabriel. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Back in Chicago, ready for the second quarter. It's the Bears in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive.
Let's put that team on the bus.
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Watch 80. Watch 80.
On 2nd and 11 now. Trubisky, and his throw here's incomplete. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. On the right side, this is Miller. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. Trevor Davis, deep for Green Bay. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. The football going to Green Bay here in just a second, and the Packers, well, they made a big move at wide receiver this offseason, bringing in a 4-time 1,000-yard receiver. But sadly for the Packer fans, it was just a one-day contract for Jordy Nelson, who wanted to retire a Packer. And why wouldn't he? He spent 10 years in the green and gold, better than 7,800 receiving yards, 5th most in franchise history.
I was looking at my boards to find that receiver.
Yeah, who is that?
Who is that they brought in? How did I miss that news? But you're exactly right. Jordy Nelson, fan favorite, a quarterback favorite for Aaron Rodgers. And he had a nice final season in Oakland. Didn't go gently into the good night. 63 catches, a little over 700 yards. So still productive all the way through his career.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Rodgers, the left side throw complete to Adams. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And the defense obviously expecting run as well, as they're going to shut that one down at the line of scrimmage. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Here's J.K. Scott now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. So a change of possession here on the punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Well, the Bears coming out here, and they've made some news in recent weeks for something that I know you love. They've announced that they'll be adding 2 statues in front of Soldier Field as they get set to start their 100th season. George Halas, the founder of the franchise, he'll get a statue, and Walter Payton.
Sweetness.
Yeah, if you think about it, you're talking about the Mount Rushmore Chicago favorites. He's up there with probably Michael Jordan and Ernie Banks.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. In Chicago, of course, you have to salute George Halas, who started the whole thing because he helped start the league. Remember, they were the Decatur Staleys who became the Chicago Bears.
I don't remember that.
You don't? You weren't around for that one? I'm surprised. But anyway, that's how it all went down, and they're going to unveil them September 3rd, a few days before they open the season, against Green Bay on Thursday night. What a kickoff to the 100th year of NFL football.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. Just a gain of a yard in what all likelihood will be the final play of the first half.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd down and 2.
So we've hit halftime here, and as we expected, looking at the... You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. After a rare scoreless first half, these teams now just looking for something as the second half gets underway. This is taken at the 3. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. And we thought this game had the potential to be tight, maybe not this tight, scoreless as we start the third quarter.
And I love the way you use the word tight. I'm going to take it a little bit different direction here because it's not just tight on the scoreboard. I think both offenses have been tight in how they've played this game. No one's been loose. No one's been free. They've got to find a way to make some plays, and I don't think you do it if you're really tight in everything that you're doing in the game.
They'll start the third quarter with a run by Cohen. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Hey, we got time right. 4 down, check.
The former Gamecock here. This is Mike Davis. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. Hate to say it, but that play typifies what we've seen from this offense all game long.
Yeah, don't you think maybe you flip over your play sheet as the offensive coordinator and see the side that says try something different? Because this has not worked all game long. They continue to try and get it done. They've got to come up with something a little bit different. Try something special, something they haven't seen.
Anything to score a point. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. First down, a run with Cohen. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. Blake Martinez, the NFC's leading tackler a year ago, in on the stop. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
You ain't going nowhere.
From the 45 on second down, Trubisky. Open man is Trey Burton. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Back now at Soldier Field as we are set to bring you the home stretch here, the fourth quarter. So first and 10 now from the 30.
Tight, watch left. Tight, watch left.
Now it's Trubisky. And his throw is incomplete. The intended target, Mike Davis. And that'll bring up second down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Only two there on the dump off. It's third down.
Sometimes it's hard to figure, but you can live with incompletions in this situation. You can't live with these short gains that take time off the clock.
You know who loves it? This defense. Seventh play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8.
Hey. 4 down.
Now it's Davis. And he will not make it to that imaginary yellow line as they get him to the ground at about the 23. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as it comes with 1:25 left to go in the contest.
Let's get it.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This for the lead in the final stages. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Well, it took a while to get anything on the scoreboard, but we finally have our first points of the contest.
So the question now becomes, can they make this one stand up? In the way that these defenses have played, those 3 points almost look like 30, don't they?
Yeah, those 3 points look like a miracle right now. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. So now Rodgers in the pack, down 3-0, under 1:20 to go. And they need, at minimum, 3 points out of this as they come up 1st and 10. Back to throw. Got a man, that's Allison. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. Aaron Rodgers, so cool in these situations, but he's got to get his guys moving.
Yeah, they have to be able to have that urgency while still keeping their cool.
First down now, but that clock rolling.
Ain't no such thing as a loss. We take a win.
He's back to throw. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
He was covered by Fitz and
So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Under 10.
Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down. Tried to go for the big one there on second down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Rodgers to throw for it on 4th. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown. And so much for the game-winning 2-minute drive. I think that interception return there pretty much seals the deal.
And one thing to keep in mind, in this situation with the score that close, defense isn't backing off and just giving you easy throws. They're playing aggressively as well, and they end up picking that one off and sealing the deal for themselves.
Eddie Pinheiro now for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again. But they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly. Then they'll take it from there.
Now Rodgers to try again after the pick 6. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Well, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Now the Packers going to burn their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. And Trubisky down to a knee, and that is all she wrote. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And not all W's are created equal, CD, and this one came in shutout fashion.
Well, their offense certainly didn't need to do anything, right? They could take the day off, and they did. But the defense, they carried them in a big way.
Yeah.